Hi guys, welcome to another Friday vlog. I am in on my own again and I feel lonely, so come with me for my day. Just got back from holiday. It was so needed. I've had one day off so far for the whole year. I had one day off. So to have a nice 5-6 day holiday, we went on the Saturday, we got back Thursday morning. Well, it was lunchtime. So I'm already back in grafting, and to be honest, yesterday afternoon I was so productive. I'm never that productive for an afternoon, but yesterday afternoon, within the span of 2 hours of landing, I spent 2 hours getting through messages, making videos, doing my tax. I have my tax paid off. Round of applause. So I don't have much to catch up on this morning. I have come in early to set up and to schedule some of my posts for Facebook and Instagram and TikTok. So go check them pages out if you don't follow them already. Today I've like overfilled my day already because I'm back and I'm feeling proactive. So I'm gonna tell you what I've got in. I know I've got Cockapoo first. So I've got Cockapoo first. He's a bit of a bigger size Cockapoo. He's like between Cockapoo and Cockapoo, I would say, but he's a Cockapoo. He's so cute. He's so sweet. I just think Cockapoos have such the best nature, but my humble opinion. So I've got him. I've got another Cockapoo he's small, but he's got really long legs, so he looks really big, but he's actually not. I've got him. Then I've got I believe she's a Chalky, like a Chihuahua Yorkie, something along them lines. She's a bit of a unique little mix. She's so sweet. She shivers when she comes in, and I'm like, I'm not horrible to her. Oh, her mum's like, oh, she's shivering again. I'm like, I promise you, I'm nothing but sweet to this dog. This dog is so cute. I give her cuddles. Why is she shivering? Anyway, I always just say it's because they're leaving their owner, which I feel like is plausible. Then, last but not least, I have a Cockapoo, and those are all my full grooms for the day. This Cockapoo weren't really following recommended schedule, whereas now they are, so this is the first appointment where they've actually booked it in on the timescale that I've recommended, so hoping it all goes well. I really dread for like stuff like this where they'll come in and be like, maybe just do a bath. Or maybe just bang my head against the wall. Then I've got a 30-minute teeth session, and then we've just picked up my dogs yesterday afternoon and they're looking tatters. So my poodle, he does need a bath, but I also need to do his teeth. So I'm not gonna stay behind because that should take me to 4:30. I'm going to do an hour doing his teeth, which takes me to 5:30, and then I'd need another hour to do his bath. I'm not staying here till 6:30. 5:30, fine. Bearing in mind, it's 10 to 8. No, I'm not staying till 6:30. So I'm going to stay till 5:30, do a quick clean, and then I'll be back in tomorrow as well. So I could probably do another one tomorrow. But I will show you my dogs throughout my day as well. Be back. Here's Eric, he's all done. I was just getting photos of him. Do you want to say hi to the people, Eric? Who's that? Say hi. He's so cute. He usually comes in the afternoon and he's here first thing because I had no other spaces available. And he's a different dog in the morning. He's so stubborn, aren't you? You've been very stubborn. I think he's just a tired boy, aren't you? Exhibit A! Oh my god. It's like I've been a dog groomer for 8 years. I know what I'm talking about. But he's all done. It's currently 10 to 10. Come here, sir. 10 to 10. His mummy is on her way. Say bye. I forgot to mention in the first bit, it is also the 1st of May today. This probably isn't going to go out for a couple of weeks, but this is the first day of my price increase. Oh my god. This has felt like a long time coming sort of thing because I planned it probably all the way back in like March. So to say it's like May now and I'm only finally doing it is, oh, it's magic. Anyway, can't wait to have a livable wage. That'll be fun. It's not extortionate, like most people have gone up about £4. I think I've spoke about it briefly. So I guess I'll see how it all goes down. I'm very happy and relieved. I feel like a massive weight has been lifted because of it. To be honest, I'm really excited to have a good wage, to be honest. And it is £4 and that might not make much difference, but on average I do 4 dogs a day. So on average that's an extra £16 about, depending on who's in. But it's a big relief because that £16 can make a difference. Because I've also, if you're self-employed, please set up your pension. Can't stress that enough, because the older you will thank you for it when you set it up so early. I've set mine up. Don't get me wrong, I'm not putting much in, but it's better than nothing. I think the thing is, we're all trying to keep prices down and low, but at the end of the day, I'm not a charity, and when I retire, I don't want to be left with nothing. I do want to be able to function, and I want to be able to afford things, and I don't want to be one of these old people that have to choose between food and heating, because I'm not doing that, and I work hard, I have a business, and if anything it should justify more why I should be able to afford it, because I have worked hard and owned a business, and there is so much more in the back details of it. Please make sure you open your pensions, even if you just put what you can in there, even if it's just a small amount. If you're good at maths, you could probably work it all out yourself. If you need help, I'm pretty confident your accountant, if they're a good accountant, if they're a nice person, they should help you. Or even that, even if you don't want to do that, talk to parents, siblings, or even just colleagues about it, because we need to be talking about this thing and we need to make sure we're looking after our future selves. Hi guys, so I just thought I would quickly check in whilst I'm polishing Buzz off, just because he was a little late, so I don't really have time for photos and videos and stuff when he's done. I wanted to talk about the importance of like dog grooming and how good it is to report back to owners too when something's not quite right. So Buzz, he's sulking I think today. He was crying so much whilst I was fluff drying, so whilst I was brushing and combing around his mouth. And I do know he has pretty bad teeth. I don't know if you can you see those? It's like grey and it's really much more high up than what the actual gum line should be. So I do know he doesn't have great teeth, but he's usually a little bit mad, but never really to the point where he's crying. I have messaged his mum to pop to the vets to make sure he's all okay. And this is why it's so important to report to the owners and be honest, because at the end of the day, she knows he's not crying because I'm doing anything, because usually he's fine, and I've made her aware of that, and I said how to character it is for him. I think a lot of groomers are scared to be honest with their dog owners. It was really like embedded in me whilst I was training to never really tell the owner how the dog was, if it was naughty or not. Whereas I then moved workplace, and she essentially explained to me the importance of telling the owner if a dog is reactive to something, because it could be a deeper issue, like how I'm kind of suspecting it probably is for Buzz. I do know he had a bit of a blip with his teeth at one point, but I can't remember what happened. I didn't record anything, but I know his teeth have like kind of came up as an issue in the past. Maybe it's come back, but whatever it is, it's not good, is it, Buzz? Plus, not only that, if you're not telling the owner either, and this dog just keeps getting in worse and worse pain, he's also building a really bad relationship with being groomed, and he will not tolerate it. And the further you go, the further they will think this is acceptable behaviour. And even if and when they get treated for any problems that might be there, he could then carry on that behaviour, because dogs love consistency. So if they are going to be crying every time and I'm not doing anything to tell the owner, look, you need to go to the vet because maybe they're in pain, they will then just continue to cry regardless, because that's what they're kind of training themselves to do, and because it's not getting them anywhere else. You so cute, aren't you? He's got such a lovely hair, haven't you, sir? I'll try to spin the camera around in a minute. Hopefully I can get a quick shot of him before he goes, but we're running a little bit late, so I've not actually skipped anything for him. I've still managed to get everything done. I never rush. I would definitely recommend managing expectations. If someone's going to turn up late, make them aware that you might not have everything done. So I say to Buzzy's mum, not necessarily everything will be completed today. It might just be his ears are left, his tail's left. I can see that on the camera, sir. Do try to avoid skipping any of my prep stuff, like my bath, my blow dry or fluffing, just because if you're gonna rush that or skip that a bit, your end result's not gonna really look nice, whereas I'd rather just, the tail's not done, that's where you've lost 5-10 minutes. I usually give it like 20 minutes, and then I really don't like to rush myself, so I would, if depending on time, so hypothetically I've got Buzz booked out for 2 hours, if for whatever reason they were 30 minutes late, I'd probably say it's a bath and tidy up today, or you can just leave and pay full if you don't want that, because I'm not skipping lunch, I'm not getting extra money out of it, and I'm not also staying behind and running all my other ones behind either, because I'm not getting the extra money to be doing that. I think even if they did offer me the extra money too, I think I'd just be like, you know what, no, because it shouldn't really be accepted. I feel like when you kind of like pass it off and be like, you know what, fine, but you can just pay extra, it's somewhat letting it off. It's happened a couple of times. They do travel to me, so I do know they get generally stuck in traffic and such. And Buzz is a bit of a stubborn boy, so that's probably not helping them either, trying to get him in the car. But they're very lovely and understanding, and I think those are the customers that you want and what you want to keep. Are you a handsome boy? Buzz Buzz! Been coming to me for about, and he came to me from my last place of work. And I've been self-employed now for 1.5 years. And he was already there when I started there, so I'm gonna say along the lines of 4 to 5 years, something like that. And he is also... Does anyone else really struggle to remember what year it is? I'm just trying to work out how old he is. This year he will be 6. Are you 6? A lady just ran past. What's that? I think that's your mum pulling up, isn't it? So I aim, if there's any problems, I do aim to just text them about it right away, just because I'm a very forgetful person. If I don't, I literally will just forget. I think that's Buzz all done. He's not perfect, but he's about to go in 2 minutes anyway. I can't tell if today feels like it's going slow or fast. I think it just feels weird because it's my first day back from holiday, so it feels like a Monday, but then no one's here. So I feel stumped. So I would love to know, because I feel like it's very 50-50 on self-employed workers if we work bank holidays or not. I'm working this bank holiday, I'm not working the next one, and then at Easter as well I worked. Are you a good boy? At Easter I worked the Good Friday, but then I had the Monday off. And I just wanted to see if self-employed people, what you all do, whether or not you take them off. Half time my partner's working them, half time he's not, so I find it a bit weird if to take them off, and he being, it's a bit of a weird one really, but he doesn't really know until like a week in advance. So I find it hard to work out. I'm wondering if any other self-employed dog groomers actually like go through the year and book off the amount of like holidays that you'd be entitled to as employed, and if you would take the same amount of time off, or would you literally just take time off as and when you're away, or for whatever reasons that you're not in work. I am very interested in that because I've not really gone through my diary to check I'm having the amount of entitled days off, but I only work 4 days a week, so I almost feel unentitled to book more than what if I'm literally just abroad. It doesn't feel right to book a day off. I'm half debating if to go through and check and see how many days I've got off, and I might book like just a little break before Christmas, because I'm always off between Christmas and New Year too, because it just seems like hell to work between that period. This is Lottie the shaky leaf. It's the first time she's ever come into me and she wasn't shaking, and I think it's because I said it to you guys before, but she's such a good girl. I don't do her nails. I think her mum thinks that if I don't do her nails, she won't be so scared when she comes in. But, I mean, she wasn't shaking. Rio. She's so cute. But yeah, she's Chihuahua Yorkie. Her hair's quite... It's like a long-haired Chihuahua, but it's a proper little mix of a coat, and it's lovely and soft. She's got like lovely soft hair. It never really grows much more than her before. I should have shook her before, but I didn't. So here we are at the after. She's all done. See what I mean? She just snuggles. She's such a snuggle lady. And her mother was asking about teeth. Have your teeth done? Thank you so much. I've already got all my teeth stuff out anyway, because I've got teeth. 2 sets of teeth this afternoon. I've got mine and then an actual customer to do. But yes, her mum asked about teeth. Lottie is literally 5 years old. So, and her teeth are great, but there's just little bits of, come here miss. Okay, she's not gonna let me show you because I'm holding her, but teeth are really good. There's a bit of mild plaque just around her gum line, but it's always really good to start early as well, especially if it's only really mild, because the sooner you can get rid of that, the better, because that is only going to develop further into much more harmful plaque, and it's a whole process. I can do another vlog for you guys if you want, and I can delve into and explain the process of how plaque develops. Don't really fancy going into it now. It's very long-winded, but she's all done. She's got like one of them perfect faces as well, where it's really hard to not get it nice. Who's that? Is that you? But yes, so we're going to do some teeth next time, aren't we, Mish? I gave your mum a pamphlet. I think you're going to be good for it. Her mum said she already cleans her teeth as well, so that's a plus. But I've done her. She only ever takes me about 1 hour and 15, just because she does dry really quick too. And then I've just got a cockapoo to groom and 2 sets of teeth. So I will clock back in with the next one. Clocking back in for the final time. I'm just doing Hugo's teeth. It is my parents' dog. Onion. He's sulking because he's had to sit here with me for 2 hours. Because he's my dog, we can kind of just drop him off whenever. But he gets himself wound up when he has to wait. So I'm just doing his teeth. I'm only using a manual brush on him just because I don't think the ultrasonic really does him any better. We have been brushing his teeth at home. I'd probably say 2 to 4 times a week. We're not doing it every day just because it feels a bit much on him to do it every day, because he has got one wobbly tooth right here at the front. It's just there in front of that canine. It's just this little one. Just there. That one. It's a little wobbly. And the gum on it is quite far down. But the rest of them, I feel like we're getting on top of and are doing much better, because using a manual toothbrush multiple times a week at home is just as beneficial as getting ultrasonic cleaning done. So I'd rather do this because I can do this, so why wouldn't I? I can understand everyone not having the time for it, but just for reference, I am literally using a baby toothbrush. You can get them from any supermarket. I ordered mine off Amazon because I'm lazy. And I would usually recommend Allzyme gel because I'm here in the shop and I don't have any Allzyme gel. Sue me. I'm just using EpiPet because the ingredients for it are still beneficial to just use as a manual toothpaste. Also using my wooden splint. I did 2 training courses for my teeth. The first one, though it explained everything to me, it kind of felt like I was still lacking a lot of knowledge on how to guide a customer and like what I need to be looking out for. And the second one I did was a lot more medical based and a lot more explanatory on health and care and how to deal with customers rather than here's a toothbrush, here's how you use it and go. I would say be very careful who you do your training with for teeth. Make sure they're very reputable, make sure that all their reviews are good. Make sure you're covering all bases when you pay for yours, because I did not. And that's why I felt like I needed to do a second. Not that there's anything bad about the first one I ever did. It's just the second one was very needed. I don't know how I would have gone without ever doing the second one. And I can point you in the direction of it if you're interested. And the lady that has done the second one that I did, that was more in depth, more medical based, she's also done a course for dog owners too on dental care at home. So if anybody would like her details, do tell me. But I'm just doing Hugo. I didn't film with the other 2 dogs that I've just had before him. The cockapoo was a bit of diva. It was hard work. So I just felt a bit drained after that and I just needed to sit down and a doom scroll. So I had the cockapoo, had its full groom, and then I had a spaniel in. You're dribbling everywhere, sir. And then I had the spaniel in for her teeth and her plaque lifts away perfectly. Her before and afters are amazing. I wonder if I can insert them. Check. She just kind of really has a bit of staining left over, but all the plaque lifts away amazingly from her teeth. Leaves you, stinky boy. The one thing I do hate about teeth cleaning is I literally get like toothpaste everywhere. I'm not a neat person when I clean teeth. I don't intend to be. My intention is to clean them out. I don't really care about what's going on over here. I would usually put a mask on. It's my dog. So I'm not bothered. It's currently 5 to 5. And to be fair, whilst I was doing the cockapoo, I gave him quite a few breaks. So I have like somewhat cleaned up as well. So all I've got to do is hoover. Because I've done all my blades and scissors and the baths whilst I was giving the cockapoo breaks from being a diva. So it won't have to be much longer, will we, sir? I'm going to do his nails. I'm also doing a comp. By the time this is probably gone out, it's probably been. Head to my Instagram and see how I did. But I'm doing a comp with Hugo 3 weeks time. That's why he's looking like this, a mess. I wanted to make sure I checked back in just after the cockapoo anyway, because even though I didn't check in whilst I was doing the cockapoo, I want to say how important it is to just take breaks and when you need them. If you need more time booked with the dog, book more time with that dog. I told the cockapoo's owner that if he is like that again, I'm booking more time and she could pay more, because that was too much for him, it was too much for me. I do have to look after myself at the end of the day too, because the only one that's keeping this business running is me. So I'm gonna look after myself. Everyone's complimented my tan. Clearly I tanned. I didn't feel like I tanned because I barely have a white line. But I must have tanned. Don't know. Look at the biceps though. They didn't fucking miss, did they? My partner and I have been so excited to get home purely to get back in the gym. Because we're just weirdos. I have been debating for a while if to just make my teeth cleaning appointments as like an hour mandatory and that's it. But some of them really don't need it. Like the last one I had before Hugo, she I really couldn't have done more for her in an extra half an hour. I think I would have just spent ages on the stains and I don't think they would have really come up. I will make more Friday vlogs. If you have enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and I will gladly do more of them because I'm really enjoying doing these. Say bye! Bye!